Hi, this is Adam Goldberg, co-founder and chief innovation officer at Clear Sailing. Recently we conducted the Attribution Management Forum 2.0. The forum was a continuation of the Attribution Management series, which began on October 28, 2008, and continued with the second installment on January 29, 2009. The second gathering of the forum built on some of the scenarios which were covered in the first webcast. A wealth of audience feedback led to the creation of new scenarios and attribution rules concerning topics such as unrelated products, offline ads, and social media. We have created a series of 3 videos that cover the material presented during the second forum. This is the first video and covers paid search and lifetime ad value. In this purchase path, on January 1st, someone did a search for running shoes and clicked on the sponsored link for Finish Line. Then 2 weeks later, they did a more refined search and looked up Nike women's shocks. They again clicked on the Finish Line sponsor link, but did not make a purchase. Then 2 weeks later, on January 30th, they searched for Nike Shocks Turbo 7, clicked on the Finish Line sponsor link, and this time they completed the purchase. If you voted for Attribution Rule A, you believe all ads are equally important to the sale and were crucial part of the purchase process. Therefore, the credit is split evenly among the 3 search ads. If you voted for Attribution Rule B, you believe the first ad is the most important. Without that first ad, the consumer might not have discovered the Finish Line after the second and third searches. If Finish Line did not show up for the very general term running shoes, they may not have been included in this user's consideration set. And if you voted for Attribution Rule C, you believe the last ad before the conversion gets all the credit. This could be due to the fact that the searches occurred over a month, and you believe that too much time elapsed between the searches, and so only the last ad clicked before the purchase is relevant. The same purchase path was presented in the first forum without the element of time. We are very curious to see in Attribution Management Forum 2.0, when time was a factor, whether or not opinions changed. It's clear that the response is almost identical to the previous question when time was not involved. Almost over 60% across all experience groups felt that even attribution was the best model. Among business types, the response is the same. Most feel even attribution is the best. The time frame used in this purchase path was 30 days. However, at what point would the time frame affect opinions and votes? 60 days? 90 days? 6 months? We are curious to know how much time it would take for voters to change their mind. In this purchase path, a consumer did a search on Monday and bought some peanut butter. Then a week later, they did another search and bought a complementary product, jelly. In Attribution Rule A, you believe the first search should get credit for the sale of the peanut butter, and because the 2 products are so closely related, the first search should also get credit for the sale of jelly as well. If you vote for Attribution Rule B, you believe the first search gets credit for the first sale and a percentage of credit for the next sale as well. The second search also deserves a portion of credit for the second sale. And if you voted for Attribution Rule C, you do not believe in lifetime ad value and think that each search gets credit for only the sale that directly follows it. Across all experience levels, the majority believe both ads deserve credit, although the amount is not determined. Again, the different business types felt similarly. About 60% of all groups believe that both of the ads deserve some percentage of the credit for the second sale. In this purchase path, a search was done, and on the same day, purchase was made. Over a week later, another search occurred, and a purchase followed 2 days later. Then, less than a week later, a third purchase was made. If both searches are a crucial part of the sale, which one deserves more credit for the second sale? The first search or the second search? If you vote for Attribution Rule A, you believe the first search deserves more credit for the sale. If you vote for Attribution Rule B, you believe the second search deserves more credit for the second sale. In this poll, there is a divide between those with high attribution management experience and those with little to no experience. Those with high experience felt that the second search deserved more credit for the second sale, while those with little experience felt the first search was worth more credit. When looking at the results by business type across all groups, it was a pretty even split. Crediting the second search was slightly more popular answer, earning 55% of the aggregate vote. In this purchase path, there are 3 searches. First, there is a search for running shoes. A finish line ad gets clicked on, but there is no purchase. The search is then refined to women's Nike Shox. Again, the consumer clicks on a finish line ad, but does not make a purchase. Then they search for finish line, a branded term. They click on the sponsored link, and a sale occurs. However, this time the product that was purchased was for a pair of Oakley women's sunglasses. The product purchased was different than the product that was searched for. In Attribution Rule A, there were 3 ads involved before the sale. You believe, regardless of what product was sold, all 3 ads contributed and deserve equal credit. You vote for Attribution Rule B, you don't believe that the product sold matters. However, when a branded term is used at the end of the path, it is being used to navigate back to the finish line. The consumer could have found finish line through the address bar or bookmark, yet they chose to use search again. In this instance, the consumer has already decided to buy, so no sales credit goes back to the branded term at the end of the purchase path. Credit for the sale is split evenly between the first and second search terms. And if you vote for Attribution Rule C, believe the purchase has nothing to do with what they searched for. Credit is excluded from the terms that do not relate to the product bought. All the credit for the sale is attributed to the final ad for finish line. In this poll, we were testing 2 elements at once. First, whether or not a branded term at the end of a purchase path deserves credit, and second, if the product sold is unrelated to the ads, which ads deserve credit for the sale. About half of everyone in both experience groups felt that giving all the credit to the last search was the best answer. This is somewhat different from the answer submitted during the first forum, when most of the audience agreed crediting a branded term at the end of a path was incorrect. The difference here is that more information is provided, and we are now aware that the product purchased was different from the one advertised. Across the different business types, the results were divided. The audience seems to disagree as to whether the even or last attribution model was best. If you would like to view the Attribution Management Forum 2.0 in its entirety, you can do so by going to the On-Demand section of Search Marketing Now's website. For more information on attribution, or to leave your questions and comments, visit attributionmanagement.com or check out ClearSailing's Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channels. Thank you for your time.